welcome everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar with your valuable time. Today I will talk briefly about SAFE's 5.0 7 competencies and its 21 dimensions, as well as 4 configuration levels. This is a little intro for myself. As you can see on my left, on the screen on the left, my picture, my email address, my direct phone number, some of the classes that is coming up that will be taught by me. So if anyone is interested, and then we'll talk about more about this little later on. But for now, let's talk about 7 competencies. So we have 7 competencies here, 3 on an execution side and 3 on a strategy side. We'll start with, let me get the red pen here. So we'll start here. We'll go across this way, and then we'll go across this way too. So the first one is the team and technical agility. One more thing, that if any of you are trying or think about taking a course, SAFE for Teams or Scrum Master or SAFE Agilist, what I'm speaking right now will have a lot of information about those courses. This webinar will definitely help in those courses. Okay. The team and the technical agility. This competency describes the critical skills and lean agile principles and practices that high-performing agile teams and teams of agile teams use to create high-quality solutions for their customers. The result is increased productivity, better quality, faster time to market, and predictable delivery of value. If you want me to go slow or fast, let me know. When I say faster time to market, better quality for teams and technical agility, those are the keywords those you will see in the test for the exam. So I'll go with this. They have anytime when you see this, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those are the competencies, and each competencies have 3 dimensions, right? So that's why it's called 21 dimensions and 7 competencies. And I will also briefly go over each dimension as well. Okay, agile teams. Agile teams are high-performing, cross-functional teams anchor the competency by applying effective agile principles and practices. Team and agile teams. The agile teams operate within the context of a safe agile release train, or ART, a long-lived team of agile teams that provides a shared vision and direction and is ultimately responsible for delivering solution outcomes. Built-in quality. All agile teams applied defined agile practices to create high-quality, well-designed solutions that support current and future needs. Let's go to the second one, which is the agile product delivery. These competencies is a customer-centric approach to defining, building, and releasing a continuous flow of valuable products and services to customers and users. This enables the organization to provide solutions that delight customers, lower development costs, reduce risk, and outmaneuver the competition. The 3 dimensions are customer centricity and design thinking. Customer centricity puts the customer at the center of every decision and uses design thinking to ensure this solution is desirable, feasible, viable, and sustainable. Those four are the keywords. Develop on cadence and release on demand. Developing on cadence helps manage the variability inherent in product development. Decoupling, very keyword. The release of value from that cadence ensures customers can get what they need when they need it. DevOps and the continuous delivery pipeline. DevOps and continuous delivery pipeline creates the foundation that enables enterprises to release value in whole or in part at any time it needed. Let's look at the other one. Enterprise solution delivery. This competency describes how to apply lean agile principles and practices to the specification, development, deployment, operation, and evaluation of the world's largest and most sophisticated software applications, network, and cyber physical systems. The lean systems and solution engineering. This dimension applies lean agile practices to align and coordinate all the activities necessary to specify, architect, design, implement, test, deploy, evolve, and ultimately decommission this system. Coordinate trains and supplies. Be mindful there is more than one train here. Coordinates and aligns the extended set of value streams to a shared business and technology mission. It uses the coordinated vision, backlogs, and roadmaps with common program increments, which is PI, and synchronization points. Continually evolve live system. Ensures both the development pipeline and the large systems themselves support continually delivery of value both during and after release into the field. So now let's look at the strategy of business sides. If you remember, if you go up, there are strategy and execution. We just went through these three. So now we are going with the other three. Lean portfolio management. This competency aligns strategy and execution by applying lean and systems thinking approaches to strategy and investment funding, agile portfolio operations, and governance. This collaboration gives the enterprise the ability to align strategy to execution, to meet existing commitments reliably, and to better enable innovation. Before I go further, hey, Asim, are you recording this?
Yes, Prashant.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is in case any of the people wanted to hear it again, they can always listen to the recording. Strategy and investment funding ensures that the entire portfolio is aligned and funded to create and maintain the solutions needed to meet business targets. It requires the cooperation of business owners, portfolio stakeholders, technologies, and enterprise architects. Agile portfolio operations coordinates and supports decentralized program execution, enabling operational excellence. It requires the cooperation of the Agile Product Management Office, Lean-Agile Center of Excellence, or in other words, what they call is a PMO/LACE, L-A-C-E, which is Lean-Agile Center of Excellence, and communities of practices, which is COPs, for release train engineers and Scrum Masters. Lean governance manages spending, audit and compliance, forecasting expenses, and measurement. It requires the engagement of the agile PMO slash LACE, business owners, and enterprise architects. Organizational agility provides the new flexibility of change. Now, from SAFe 4.6 to SAFe 4.5, I mean 5.0, I'm sorry, this is the new competency that they have added. Okay, so many questions, of course, because it's new, that relates to this competency. So keep that in mind as well. Competencies describes how lean thinking people and agile teams optimize their business processes, evolve strategy with clear and decisive new commitments, and quickly adapt the organization as needed to capitalize on new opportunities. Lean thinking people and agile teams. This state occurs when everyone involved in solution delivery is trained in lean and agile methods and embodies the value, principles, and practices. Lean business operation. Teams apply lean principles to understand, map, and continuously improve the business processes that support the business's products and services. Strategy agility. This state occurs when the enterprise shows the ability and adaptability needed to sense the market and quickly change strategy when necessary continuously. Continuous learning culture. This strategy also is a new for SAFe 5.0. This competency describes a set of values and practices that encourage individuals and the enterprise as a whole to continually increase knowledge, competence, performance, and innovation. This is achieved by becoming a learning organization, committing to relentless improvement, and promoting a culture of innovation. Learning organization. Employees at every level are learning and growing so that organization can transform and adapt to an ever-changing world. Innovation culture. Employees are encouraged and empowered to explore and implement creative ideas that enable future value delivery. And then last is relentless improvement. For this competency is every part of enterprise focuses on continuously improving its solutions, products, and processes. So last competency, which is lean agile leadership. This is a common between the strategy and execution that we saw, the 3 and 3, and this is a common one. So lean agile leadership. This competency describes how lean agile leaders drive and sustain organizational change by empowering individuals and teams to reach their highest potential. They do this through leading by example. That's the key word, leading by example. Adopting a lean agile mindset and leading the change to a new way of working. The result is more engaged employees, increased productivity and innovation, and successful organizational change. Leading by example, leaders gain earned authority by modeling. Again, word is very important, modeling the desired behaviors for others to follow, inspiring them to incorporate the leader's example into their development journey. Mindset and principles. By embedding the lean agile way of working in their beliefs, decisions, responses, and actions, leaders model the expected norm throughout the organization. Leading the change. Leaders lead rather than support the transformation. If the leaders are not with us, then nothing can get success. They have to be with the company. The transformation by creating the environment, preparing the people, the providing the necessary resource, or resources to realize the desired outcome. So those are the 7 competencies and 21 dimensions. Now, to understand a little bit better, let's look at the safe configurations where they fall. Okay, so there are 4 levels. It was used to be 5, but now it's 4. It was a program. The SAFE supports the full range of development environments with 4 out-of-the-box configuration. The configuration can be accessed with the sector tabs, which I will show it to you. Essential, it was used to be a team and a program level. They combined that. Okay. And the rest of them are full large and portfolio. And I will go over each one of them individually. So let's look at the essential safe. The essential safe, and as you can see, the competencies that we talked about, some of them are already here, and this one will be always common. Okay. And when you implement essentials, it requires only these 2 competencies. Essential safe configuration is the basic building block for all safe configurations and is the simplest starting point for implementations. It is built on the principles and practices found in the Lean-Agile Leadership competencies, the team and technical agility competency, and agile product delivery competencies. SAFE is anchored by an organizational structure called the ART, or Agile Release Train. Well, agile teams, key stakeholders, and other resources are dedicated to an important ongoing solution mission. Essential SAFE includes the ART constructs. Looking at the large solutions, again, when we look at the large, essentials will always be there. These competencies will always be there. This is the enterprise, so that's why it's called large. The large solution safe configuration introduced the enterprise solution delivery competency, which supports those building the largest and most complex solutions that require multiple art. So again, there is more than one art. There was a one art here, kind of, but there's a multiple art here. And suppliers. So there's a suppliers here. It's a little bit here, but it's there. But do not require portfolio level considerations. Such a solution development is common for industries like aerospace and defense, automotive, and government, like a railway system, where the large solution, not portfolio governance, is the primary concern. The solution train organizational construct helps enterprises that face the biggest challenges building large-scale multidisciplinary software, hardware, cyber-physical, and complex IT systems. Developing these solutions requires additional roles, artifacts, events, and coordinations. Portfolio safe. So the portfolio safe configuration is the minimum set of competencies and practices that can fully enable business agility in the lean enterprise, as indicated by the blue business agility. And be mindful, there is always a question about this in the exam. Bar at the top, this bar also includes a link to measure and grow, which is right here. And again, that is important as well. For guidance on conducting safe business agility assessments, Portfolio Safe provides 3 additional competencies beyond the 3 core competencies of Essential Safe. So again, these 3 are added. In Essentials, we had this, and this is always common. Lean portfolio management aligns portfolio executions to enterprise strategy and organizes development around the flow of value through one or more value streams. Organization agility extends lean thinking and practice throughout the enterprise and enables strategy agility. Continuous learning culture describes how everyone in the organization learns together, relentlessly improves together, and builds innovation into culture. In addition to competencies, Portfolio Safe provides principles and practices for portfolio strategy and investment funding, agile portfolio operations, and lean governance. In the large enterprise, there may be a multiple safe portfolios. So let's talk about a little bit about business agility, what that means and measure and grow. Business agility is the ability to compete and thrive the digital age by quickly responding to market. That is a very important to know in the current environment, that how the digital world is out there. An emerging opportunity with innovative business solutions. Business agility requires that everyone involved in delivering solutions, business and technology leaders, development, IT operations, legal, marketing, finance, support, compliance, security, and others use lean and agile practices to continually deliver innovative, high quality products and service faster than the competition. So, what is measure and grow? The road to real business agility is long and never ending. The SAFE Business Agility Assessment helps enterprise understand where they are on their journey and reminds them to celebrate the small successes along the way. It is built directly around the 7 core competencies. Each competency is further split into the 3 competency dimensions, which we already talked about, 7 competencies and 21 dimensions. So measure and go, applying the assessment, reasoning about the result. And this is the last and full SAFE, which is very complex. The full SAFE is the most comprehensive configuration, including all 7 core competencies needed for business agility. It is used by the world's largest enterprise to maintain portfolio of large and complex solutions. In some cases, multiple instances of various SAFE configuration may be required. So we talked about 7 competencies. We talked about business agility and measure and grow. But there is always some other department that we talked about that can help us, and some of the things that we watch out for. And those are this spanning palette information. And I will go very quickly on this. The spanning palette contains various roles and artifacts that may apply to a specific team, program, large solutions, or portfolio context. The essential elements say flexibility and configurability. The spanning palette permits organization to apply only the items needed for their configurations. So when I click on that, they are talking about now. This is for essentials, and rest of configuration uses all. The leftmost figure, which is this guy, is use essential SAFE configuration, while the rightmost one serves all other configurations. So what is a vision? A vision is that describes a future view of solution to be developed, reflecting customers and stakeholder needs, as well as the feature and capabilities which are proposed to address those needs. What is the roadmap? The roadmap communicates plan, art, and value stream deliverables and milestones over a timeline. What is the milestone? A milestone is used to track progress towards a specific goal or event. SAFE describes fixed date, program increment, and learning milestones. Shared vision. I'm going after this one, and that one. So shared services. represents the specialty roles that are necessary for the success of an art or solution train, but that cannot be dedicated full time for any specific train. COP or community of practices. A community of practices is an informal group of team members and other experts acting within the context of the program or enterprise that has a mission of sharing practical knowledge in one or more relevant domains. System teams or system team. The system team is a special agile team that provides assistance in building and using the continuous delivery pipeline and, where necessary, validating full end-to-end system performance. Lean user experience or UX. Lean UX is the application of lean principles to user experience design. It uses an iterative hypothesis-driven approach to product development through constant measurement and learning loops. Build, measure, learn. Metrics, that is last. The primary measure in SAFE is the objective measurement of working solutions. Moreover, SAFE defines some additional intermediate and long-term measures as well, metrics that teams, programs, and portfolios can use to measure progress. Okay, so we talked about all these items today. If you want to learn anytime, anything, everything that I have spoken are from this website. They have an open, communication channel. Whatever they wrote it down, we can use it anytime you want. Anytime you want to know about, let's say, Essential Safe, you click here, and they will give you the same picture that I showed you. If you wanted to know anything about large, again, it's right here. Portfolio, same thing. Any competencies you like to learn, you click over here, and anything that any of the items that you click on, they will explain you what that item is. You can do different ways to look for the training. And if you look at the a trainer, you can type my name, and it's there. And then you will find all the classes that I'm running in next couple of weeks. You can pick even 10 Agile if you wanted to look for the, by the 10 Agile. And we have several other courses. If you don't find something, let us know and we can help you.